This is the wildly popular Tepaphone, and I am going to explain to you some of the ways that I like to use the Tepaphone and why that so many people rave about this all over the world, especially because it is so simple to use as a standalone wishing machine. This particular version of the Tepaphone was created by Dr. Mulder. You can see that it's a lightweight box. It has a special circuit inside, and it's framed by two sigils. These are the sigils of Metatron, the highest angelic power used to quickly manifest positive things. And of course, the idea behind the Tepaphone is that it uses the power of a light wave that you program as a carrier wave to transmit what you want into the universe. It doesn't matter how you orient this. I always like to have this switch on my right side, but it honestly does not matter. It makes no difference whatsoever. You power the Tepaphone by just plugging a cord. You'll receive a cord with your unit. So this can be powered using a pretty standard USB type cord. You'll receive one when you order. This is a shorter version. This is the kind of cable that is often used to just charge up a cell phone. And you can plug this into something permanent. You can plug it into most computers, but I like to just get these little portable power supplies like you might use for a cell phone. So basically all you do is you plug the power cord in just like so, and then you want to plug it into whatever your power supply is. And now when you turn on the switch, the Tepaphone lights up. That's as simple as it gets. What you now have right now is the simplest version of a self-contained wishing machine. And here is how you would use this particular setup. And I use this setup all the time. Again, you could even take this with you or just leave it somewhere permanent. So if you have something that you want to accomplish, you just take something like a little piece of white paper, it doesn't matter, and you just write what you want to manifest on the paper. So in this particular case, I have a new car. Now, people contact me all the time and they say, how do I word things properly? Let me tell you, that is irrelevant, because all that matters is for you to know what you mean when you look at that piece of paper and you understand what it represents to you. You word it however you want, as long as you know that it represents your new car. Put it there on top of the plate. Think about it for about 30 seconds. Just sit there quietly and think about it. And then you just turn on the light and leave it like that. Again, all we're going to do here is put what you want on top of the Tepaphone, turn on the switch, and let it run. Let it run until you get what you desire, till the manifestation comes true. How long is that going to take? Well, it just depends on what you want to manifest. Some things take longer than others, depending on how complicated they are. Or let's say I have an event coming up and I want the weather to be perfect. Just write something down that represents to you what you want. The weather will be perfect on Saturday. You sit there, you meditate on it. Doesn't matter exactly if the paper fits perfectly. Meditate on it for 30 seconds. Turn on your switch. Let it run as long as you want it to run. Some people I've heard even like to just pulse it when they put their wish on there. Send out bursts and transmissions. There's no right way or wrong way to do this, because it varies based upon what makes you feel like you are operating the machine properly for what you want. That's the simplest way to use the Tepaphone. Now, if you want to be a little more advanced, Dr. Mulder will create certain accessories in some cases that might allow you to do things that are, well, let's just say a bit more creative. So for example, let's say I just want to transmit the energy of money to myself. Now we're getting into like more of a traditional wishing machine setup. So let's say I want to take the energy of money and transmit it to myself. Well, this is one of my business cards. So this is a representation of me. And one of the cool things about the Tepaphone is that it actually has an input jack on it that allows you to plug external sources into it to send what you want to a psychic target. So, for example, if I want to send money to myself, I would take a cable like this. And again, these are extra adapters that you can discuss with Dr. Mulder if you're interested in doing this kind of thing. These do not come with the normal kit. But you might plug an input cable in and then attach that to your money. So now I'm taking the energy of this money and I'm plugging it into the machine. The output is going to go to me. So it's going from the money through the machine, outputting with me. And so then I set it up, and this is more like a traditional wishing machine. I'm sending this money energy through the machine, and it's going to be transmitted to me, the target, via the power of the light. Another way that you can use various external adapters is, well, let's say you have something that you want to send, some kind of energy that you want to transmit to yourself, just like the money, but it's not something flat that you can hook a clip onto. Well, you might be able to get an adapter like this. And you plug it into the machine the same way. I have a Herkimer diamond that I love, that I often, I live in Las Vegas, so a lot of times I'll bring this to the casino and win. And so I'll put that Herkimer diamond on the input plate, run it into the machine, take that picture of myself, put it on the output plate, and bang, there it is. I turn it on, leave that running for the night before I go to the casino. What am I doing? I'm transmitting the energy of this lucky Herkimer diamond to a representation of myself. Now, if you are a little more advanced, if you are somebody who already experiments with wishing machines and you have a machine of your own and you want to get even more specific, well, that's very, very easy to accomplish with just a simple cable like this. You can take your traditional wishing machine, and most wishing machines that Dr. Mulder creates have an output jack. If yours has an output jack, you just put a cable into the output jack and place that into the input jack of the Tepaphone. And now the Tepaphone has become your ultimate output jack. So let's say now that I have the Tepaphone hooked up to a wishing machine, let's go back to this whole thing like, oh, I want a new car, so I'm going to wish I have a new car. What you'd do then is you'd put that on the input plate of your traditional wishing machine. You would tune that wishing machine the same way that you always tune it. And of course, there are different methods of that. If you go to wishingmachineproject.com, you'll find that we have a whole page of frequently asked questions. And once you tune it in the usual way, that's your input. There's your output. In some cases, you might want to tune it by starting with both of these on the input plate, and then once you've tuned it, you just keep this on the input plate and then move that to the output plate, experiment and see what works best for you. And then once you've done that, guess what? Boom, you turn on the light, and now your output plate has been extended into the Tepaphone as the output plate. And honestly, this is the method that I use most often because that I like being able to go in and tune my machines very, very specifically. So there are a lot of different ways that you can use these. And, you know, obviously, I think that one of the best things about this is just the absolute simplicity of being able to use it according to the very first method that I showed you, where all you have to do is write what you want down, meditate on it for 30 seconds, turn it on, boom. That's as simple as it gets. But if you want to input other energies into it, again, there are accessories that Dr. Mulder can help you with that will help you do that. Or if you're a more advanced student and you want to use it with your current wishing machine, that's no problem. That's why they come with jacks. So you can see why everyone loves the Tepaphone and why that it's such a simple and powerful machine. And like I say, you can run it from a permanent position, or you can toss it in a suitcase and take it with you when you travel. Believe me, I've heard stories, success stories from people who use this in all kinds of different ways every single day. So, if you have any more questions, please visit the website. But I hope that you will take advantage of this special tool as long as they're being manufactured for a limited time. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time, may the force be with you.